Hello, I'm your host, Nitro something or other 9, and today we are back for another episode in our cozy Minecraft world. Yes, an episode that it's a bit belated, a bit later than I would have liked, but I have been very busy at uni doing important master's degree things. But today's focus, we will be heading over to a space I have earmarked to do a build that I have been wanting to do for a long time. Yes, today we will be building a giant scarecrow to overlook our lovely farm area, which is something I've been wanting to do since like 2023. Just a quick check. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm actually recording. Yes. Apologies for that. I had a sudden worry that I wasn't actually recording, but I have put all the supplies we will need in this chest here. I am planning the sort of stick that the giant scarecrow will be standing on will be made out of oak log here, and we've got a load of hay bales for the body. I'm going to give him glowstone eyes and mangrove roots to make a sort of crown for him, and scaffolding so we can get up and down, and we can take breaks in the middle of construction if we need to, without having to fall out off the project and die. There we go. I'm stumbling over my words a lot. Let's place some scaffolding now for how tall we want the leg section of the body to be. Bit taller than that, I think. You can, yes. So it's been a while since I've used scaffolding in Minecraft. Yeah, that's a pretty good height for the body. And if we run out of wood, I have got plenty back at the storage silo. And hello, chicken. Yes, so these giant scarecrows like this were always a tradition in my personal Minecraft worlds. To show that I had so much wheat that I didn't need to use all of it on bread or on feeding the animals. It's like the Minecraft equivalent of a display of wealth. Having so much hay, so many bales of hay that you can just use them building a gigantic sculpture. What are we doing? Okay. Probably going to have to go down and restock on wood. I don't think we have. Yeah, we're not going to have enough to complete the legs, or the singular leg now. But tripping over my words even more than usual. You can tell I'm a little bit tired. I'm going back to my old naughty ways of recording gaming videos at night time. Yes, the reason I can record gaming videos is it is currently the Easter holiday at uni. I never thought I'd be 25 and still having school holidays, but but here we are. 2 more blocks and we have reached the. Except it's not so much as a holiday as I'm procrastinating on it currently, but I'll have a big project to work on. I'm not really sure what I'm doing for my project this term. Last term's big project in my master's degree was an elaborate short story about tigers. Yeah, I'm getting a master's degree in writing stories about tigers. And this term, this term, there's a fiction element and also an essay element, and they have to be thematically linked. So because I'm a xenofiction person, I'm going to do a xenofiction piece and then an essay about some aspect of xenofiction. In case you weren't aware, xenofiction is fiction written from the point of view of non-human characters, like animals or aliens, or well, I think the most sort of archetypical xenofiction though is like the animal book, like The Call of the Wild, White Fang, like Jack London stuff, Watership Down, which I have embarrassingly never fully read, even though I cited it in my undergrad dissertation. I read this term an absolutely fantastic book that absolutely blew me away as a fiction book, Laline Paul's The Bees. Oh, speak of the devil and he should appear. There are bees down there. Hello, bees. The Bees, a very, very good novel. A little bit violent, trigger warning for that. A little bit gross, trigger warning for that. But if you like xenofiction, if you like animals, very good read. Now, how wide are we going to make the body? I think. Oh dear, it's nearly night time. Yes, let's add 3 blocks to either side here, and then go back to the ground and see how that looks from a distance. See if that's wide enough for our lovely Scarecrow. Yes, I always feel a bit cringe because I'm one of very few genre writers in an MA cohort of very serious, very, very dignified writers, very talented writers, and I'm the weakest of the cohort, and I like cringe genre slop. Well, I call what I write cringe genre slop, but I'd never refer to someone else's writing that way. Looking a bit narrow, I think. We're gonna have to widen up our Scarecrow in the morning, and maybe get a bit more hay out of the storage silo, I think. And a chicken in my room, laying eggs all over the place. Okay. Not helping the chicken overpopulation problem. Ooh, a cheeky creeper. Let's see if we can we slay the creeper without it exploding? No, we can't. Which is why I have creeper explosions off and replaced with confetti, because this world would be full of holes, because I am very, very bad at slaying creepers. That should be enough hay to complete our Scarecrow's body, hopefully. What do you think? Another 3 blocks up, 3 blocks wider on either side? I think hopefully that should do it. Oh dear, it's raining. Luckily this is Minecraft and not real life. Otherwise our hay would... And it's lightninging. It's storming as well. You can sleep during lightning storms, can't you? Because lightning has the potential to damage your buildings. I've got a lightning rod over there, but this is taller than the lightning rod, so we're probably gonna need a taller lightning rod. Otherwise, our poor Scarecrow will be burning down before he's even built. But for now, I think I'm just going to rush back to bed. Hello, cows. Oh, I've got so many cows. I should probably humanely dispatch a few of them, but I'm a bleeding heart. I don't like doing that. But I've had to turn down mob noises, as the noise of them when you walk past is just atrocious. Yes, sleeping again. Speaking of noises, and speaking of bad audio mixing, which my videos always have, and I just don't know how to fix them, I'm getting my hearing checked, like at last, which I've been meaning to do for literally years and never like had time, but I've got the appointment in. So maybe next episode you'll find out. Is Nitro just terrible at audio editing, or does she have an excuse? Wait, is this wide enough? And we're probably going to need to scaffold up a bit more so we can... Yeah, that's wide enough. We're not going for realistic man proportions. We're going for slightly eerie, slightly creepy Scarecrow, I think. Not creepy, imposing. We've got all the hay we could need. Let's start building up the body of our Scarecrow. Oop. Placed one the wrong way there. I suppose if you were a better builder than me, you could use the orientation of hay blocks to your advantage and create interesting patterns, but alas, I am not a very talented builder. As I think Dunzookin Castle is an alright build, but that monstrosity, that awful cherry tree, tells you everything you need to know about my Minecraft building ability. Oh, we're getting pretty high up. I wonder if we fell from this height, if we'd die, but I've got quite a lot of armor on, so... I am experiencing a bit of lag, but I think that comes from the unconventional way. I'm recording this video. So the game is installed, Minecraft is installed, and OBS and all of this on my desktop computer, on a desk covered in books in the corner of my room. But I do not use the desktop computer as a desktop. It has a keyboard and mouse and a monitor and everything there, but instead I use a special application called Moonlight to stream what's going on my desktop computer to my laptop. So I can use my laptop as, like, with my desktop PC's stuff. Basically my laptop is possessed with the soul, with the spirit of my of my desktop PC. Yeah, and because my desk is covered in books and all sorts of stuff, and fountain pens, and just looking, my pencil case, a Kindle, and a box with an ink bottle in, and washi tape. It was clean very recently, because we were supposed to have some workmen in to do, I don't know what they were going to do, something. Inspect something, check something, I'm not sure. So all the rooms had to be pristinely clean, and mine was, and it turned out I think they couldn't do our house that day or something. So I cleaned my room for nothing. What are we doing? Once we've completed this round, let's go down to the ground and peep at our progress thus far. Looking pretty good, but I think we're gonna need more hay. We've got a bit more in here. Yes. Let's go back up and make some more progress. We're kind of working in rounds with this build. It's faintly reminiscent of making crochet plushies, except instead of stitches you've got nearly fell there. Instead of stitches you've got blocks. But I'm terrible at crochet. I've been crocheting since I was like 11, 12. But I can't follow a pattern, and everything I make is a free-form monstrosity. It doesn't stop me having a huge bag of wool and a bunch of half-finished projects in my wardrobe, and a couple of granny square blankets. A granny square, the basic granny square shape is about the most complicated pattern I can handle. I got into crochet as a kid. This is embarrassing, but this is true. Because of Harry Hill's TV Burp. That show was my absolute childhood favourite show. As it was a lot of the kids I went to school with. The jokes in TV Burp were a frequent playground discussion thing when I was a kid. Which we probably shouldn't have been watching it. It was rather a rude show in places. All the episodes are online, and I've rewatched a few and kind of cringed at the jokes. But one season they had a parody of The X Factor called The K Factor, or The Knitting Factor, where members of the public could send in their knitted plushies to audition for like an X Factor parody show, where they'd like go up against like knitted toys of the actual X Factor contestants that year, if I remember correctly, and the knitted judges. And I desperately wanted to make my own stuffed toy to be on the K Factor, even though you had to be 18 to be in the competition anyway. But my mum can knit. My mum has made some nice knitted things over the years, so she tried to teach me, but my poor little dyspraxic hands just kind of couldn't. Let's get some more hay so we don't have to play block chicken. So she taught me to crochet instead, and I actually sort of picked up crochet a little bit. And I remember I only had one ball of wool that I bought with my pocket money, and the only thing I could crochet was a little pink cushion, but I was like not even practically sized cushion. Like I think I used it as like a beanbag chair in my little doll's house I had at the time. No, I didn't enter it. We can always, wrong chest, we can always put the hay back in later if we don't use it. There. my biggest memory of the K Factor arc on Harry Hill's TV Burp was Peter the Duck. This adorable teeny weeny little knitted duck that had been sent in and was voted out of the K Factor in like one of the earlier rounds. Bit of a lag spike there, nearly caused me to fall off the scaffolding. And there was like the cartoonish "ah" sound effect, you know, like pantomime "ah." And then a couple of weeks later, knitted Simon Cowell, the judge of the X Factor, was attacked by another contestant with a pair of scissors and needed an emergency wool transplant, and it was all very funny. Peter the Duck had like the emergency wool he needed, so he ended up like winning the K Factor, if I remember correctly. Oh, I wanted my own little Peter the Duck. Oh. There is, I think I saw it on archive.org, the online library. There was a knitting pattern book, a tie-in Harry Hill's TV Burp K Factor pattern book that I think had, let's have a look at this, a Peter the Duck plush that you could knit, but I can't knit, and even if I could, I'm no good at following patterns. And it's nearly nighttime again. Okay, I think that's good enough for the torso height. But let's go back to the castle and sleep, so we don't get bothered by any nasty mobs while we're finishing our Scarecrow. Oh, hello, Dunzookin Grey Cat, yes. And DJ the Parrot, and Grumbulance Joe, and the Bedroom Chicken. Ah, a new addition. It is ugly. Oh, it's so ugly. It's just a rectangle. Oh, a new addition to the Dunzookin skyline that's low-key hideous, I think. It's got charm. It's got old-fashioned Minecraft build charm. I think now we're gonna do the head. Let's take our glowstone and our mangrove roots and some more scaffolding. And put the head on. Let's seal up the top of the shape first. We should have enough hay. You know, I've never been fully sure on what the difference is between hay and straw. My working definition in my head is that hay still has nutritional value for the animal, for animals, but straw is just bedding. But I've never like checked. So was this the exact middle? I'm gonna have to like count. Okay. These are temporary, don't worry, just to find the middle. No, my... Hang on. Hang on. I think I've mathsed badly. Is our Scarecrow lopsided? No, as I was going to say, okay, no, I haven't mathsed badly. It's an even number wide, so there's like, yeah, I have mathsed correctly. As I was going to say, the third time I'm having to say that now, my zoo volunteering introduced me to a new and exciting other type of wheat-based substrate, haylage, which is like hay for animals, but it's like been partially fermented, so it has like higher nutritional content for like ruminant animals, and I can't decide if the smell of it is like delicious and lovely or horrid. It's one of those smells that sure is a smell, haylage, but rhinos like it, so. Just putting in a neck here so we know how big our guy's head is going to be. Let's make it 8 wide, I think. And it's going to be very difficult to put in the face because we're like working blind. Well, it's take a while to go down and see what it looks like from a distance. But this gap here is gonna be the mouth. To add a dark look behind the mouth, there. Nope. We'll see what I'm doing in a minute. There, so the mouth is inlaid there. Add a tiny bit of depth to this guy. Put these in temporarily, just to fill in the eyes, so I can do this, and then we can have our glowstone eyes inlaid like this. Okay. Oh dear, we've trapped ourselves in the head. And how do I get around? How do we get back to the scaffolding? Can you scaffold down? Oh dear. Any water nearby we could... No, we're not going to reach any water. Ooh. Oh, nearly fell. Oh, that would have been an unfortunate Butterfingers moment. That's bridging up. How do we bridge out? Thank you. Okay. We're gonna take a look at our guy's face just to see how nice it is. Yeah. It's alright. This build is kind of ugly, but maybe we could spruce it up in a future installment. Let's get back up to the scaffolding. And hopefully now we can finish him. In the future we could spruce him up with some armor maybe. Armor made out of wool blocks or something. That might look cool, so he's not just a shape. Let's fill in the top of his head here. And it's nearly night time again. What I'd like to do for the crown, I think the scaffolding will get in the way a bit, and we'll have to be very careful getting back down. Hopefully it's not so dark up here that mobs spawn. Let's add some... His crown is crenellated? Is that what it's called? Like... when there's like square points, like the roof of a castle. How will we get? Okay, I'm going to make a potentially very stupid move here. I was trying to jump off the Scarecrow onto the scaffolding, but that did not work out. Oh well. It got us down anyway, and because we've got to keep... Oh, that is looking better. Because we've got to keep inventory on. No harm was done. No items were lost. Let's just remove the scaffolding and Yes, my latest death at the feet of my Scarecrow. Oh, isn't it satisfying to see all the scaffolding break and fall away? Yes, hello bees. Slightly dumb looking, but I'm happy enough with our Scarecrow for now. And let's end the episode by going to the roof of Dunzookin Castle and admiring him. Ooh, a zombie in the castle. Oh dear. Probably because it's... And another one! On all these empty rooms in the castle that I've never used for anything that I probably should someday. How do we get up? Will this... No, that one doesn't go up any further. This one? Yes! And here he is. Our lovely, very blocky, giant Scarecrow. And I think it is time to call it a day. I have been your host, Nitro9. This has been my lovely, cozy Minecraft world. Don't subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.